Hello folks, we're back with another log guitar. I just showed you a log T70 series, that's the Tremontaine 70 in a brown burst. I just happened to get one of these T70DCEs in, which of course is the Dreadnought Cutaway with electronics. In the natural finish, which I actually prefer, and thought I'd just show it to you. A couple of things I like about this guitar a lot, if I can come in closely. It's got a really nice select spruce top, but I like the way they do the edges on these, if you can see this. There's no binding. It's just, you can see the grain, can't you, on the shoulder there. I like the way they sort of roll that top edge. And then of course the matte finish, the Pele, is excellent. All one piece on the back there. Nice cutaway, mahogany neck. They do the strap button on the back, which I particularly like, and they recess it so it doesn't stick out. Of course, the other one's on the other end. Again, we have that lag headstock, which I really favor among all of the sort of mid-range guitars. It is beveled. It's a sort of a three-dimensional thing, and I like the log tuners. There's sort of a play on the tulip tuner, but it's their own thing. And they work really, really well. Really, really well. I've hardly ever had to, I've had a load of logs, but I've hardly ever had to do anything with tuners. They always seem to be consistently put together. And there's the log logo, which is excellent. And of course, the Occitan cross, which is on every log. Watch my last video if you want a history on the Occitan cross and what it represents. There's the bridge, which is a little bit different shaped. They always use graphite for nuts and saddles and for bridge pins, which sets it off, makes it a bit different. It's got the side dots that people tend to like. Really handsome guitar. Comes with a studio log preamp, which is very similar to the Fishman. It looks just like it actually. I won't be surprised if it's licensed through Fishman. It has the tuner. It has the volume and tone adjustments. These are excellent guitars. This one has a couple of nicks on it that I managed to clean up. And then I have another one that's clean. This was the one closest to me, so I grabbed this one. You can't see the nicks on it because I really cleaned them up. You can only see them up close, but I really like the plain rosewood fretboard with the side dots, not the front dots. I like that. It's a classy look. Sometimes you just have a 12th fret insignia that can look good as well. But I think that's, if I were designing guitars, and maybe I'll get around to it, this is what I would do. I would have a plain fretboard with the side dots, because you don't play like this. You play like this, and you look down on the side of the neck. I always think that the dots on the guitar, the fret markers, are a bit superfluous. I like the plain look. This one doesn't have a 12th fret insignia. Some guitars that do this sort of thing do. Another thing I like about this guitar as well, a lot of electric acoustic guitars tend to be a bit noisy because what you have is an end jack, a piezo pickup, and a preamp right here, and you have a wiring harness that comes across that sort of hangs suspended. Some companies put clips inside and cinch them up fairly tight. Some don't, and sometimes you hear, and this is why a lot of people don't like electric acoustic guitars. They prefer to put their own electronics on a regular acoustic guitar, is because of the wiring harness vibrations and noises you get when playing it acoustically. This guitar is very quiet. I don't hear it at all. And I can't say the same for some of the other electric acoustics that I've passed through here lately. I don't hear, when I'm playing it acoustically, I can't tell that it's an electric acoustic, and I really like that. You don't hear any rattling of the 9-volt compartment. You don't hear any vibration of the harness underneath the top. It's very clean. It sounds like an acoustic guitar. And then when you plug it in, the electronics are really good. I would say these Log Studio preamps are right up there with Shadow and Fishman. I think they're very good. They don't quite have the same properties as a high-end Fishman preamp, but it's very close, and the sound is excellent. Attention to detail on these is great. They don't bind the guitars, but their frets are always pretty reasonable. I don't have to do too much work on them. And like I said, the tuners are very, very reliable. I actually think these tuners are more reliable than the standard die-cast chrome tuners that you tend to see on 95% of acoustics under, let's say, $500, 500 pounds. You know, I like the fact that they use black hardware. I think that's attractive with the bridge pins and the nut and saddle and the keys. I just think that looks really good, particularly with this particular design. I think Lag is just a great company. I think they offer something different. And I know that I've shown you 3 or 4 other Lags, including electric guitars, acoustic guitars, and I think maybe a ukulele or 2 in the past, but I haven't actually shown you one of these T70DCEs. Of course, they have the ACE, which is the auditorium version of this. But since I got this in, I thought I'd do a quick video. If you're looking for a decent sort of mid-range guitar, not budget, but you know, $200 or $300, check out Lags. I think they're excellent value, well made, nice woods, good features, a nice aesthetic. It's different than what other people are doing. You don't confuse Lags with other guitars. They have their own look, which I think is the reason why they're hanging around in a market where so many smaller manufacturers tend to fall away. So I just thought I'd show you this since I had it. Hopefully it's not repetitive for you, because I think these are excellent guitars, and I've just said that, and I'm being repetitive, and I'll stop. All right, have a great day. See you next time.